Getting right on into this. Hello everyone and welcome to Flashpoint Europe Closed Qualifier. We have, well, obviously Endpoint versus Movistar Riders. I am your caster for today. I'm Rook. We're going for the knife. Pretty standard way to start things out. Excited to see how this game will go. Obviously, the estimations are that Endpoint are going to have a bit of a difficult game here. Really need to pop off to be able to win this one. Did get sent down into the losers bracket early on. This is losers bracket round 2. And Endpoint win the knife, so they are going to just decide on which side they will be. They're going to be staying here on CT. And yeah, here we are for the first round. Definitely looking forward to seeing what the kind of early positions are. Going to be no diffuser picked up by Endpoint. I can just keep them. Oh no, they did pick it up right at the end there for Mighty Max. Dropping a smoke as well, so they can stop the aggression potentially coming on towards the A side. But it does look like Movistar Riders are going to be going towards that B. Do sneak around a bit, but they push here through Ivy. Find a kill onto Crucial, who did get a little bit too aggressive. Damage onto Robin here, looking to try and get aggressive through the smoke, pick up the USP. But the bomb is still on its way towards the B site. They're waiting for the opportunity to move on in. We do have Surreal watching this. Now, keeping an eye on the ladder room. Still trying to decide where they're going to execute on. Finding that early pick onto Endpoint feels very good. A great way to start here for Movistar Riders. Still tentatively looking towards the B site. Drops a bomb onto Eastor and they're going to start moving. But there are 4 players from Endpoint on this B site. They are ready for the push that is going to be coming. Flash comes on out and they eat a couple of shots, but unfortunately Surreal's the first one to go down. Robin falls as well. Thomas manages to find Eastor here. Diliga trying to make the peak. Pushing forwards towards the smoke. Nice shot there from Thomas to take down Mopos. Trying to even up the scoreline. Alex looking for a way to push on. Instead, turns around, putting down that plant. It's down to Thomas and Mighty Max to try and push forward here. It's going to be difficult. They do have the diffuser. They have a lot of time to work with. Steliga finds the headshot onto Thomas, though, and instantly jumps up, takes down Mighty Max, and puts the first round on the board for Movistar Riders. Really nice push there, even though Endpoint got the read, knew where they were going to be, did unfortunately get beaten out in those all-important duels. As a result, on the eco buy here in round 2. A couple of Gleals and a AK and a Krieg here for Movistar Riders. A lot of utility as well, importantly. Endpoint looking to just try and find a couple of the frags, maybe find some guns for the next round where they can. Looking to play these coast angles. Mighty Max here at Ivy. Does get the information, takes a bit of damage, but not too much. It's absolutely fine. Mill still playing here from Pop Dog. Looking for an opportunity to move on out. Moves wide. Unfortunately, Alex from the top of the train does get taken down, though. Nice play there by Thomas to find that kill. Every bit of damage they deal is economically punishing towards this Movistar side. And the boosts coming in there, fantastic from Surreal. As they will keep the scorelines even and a lot of damage onto the Movistar squad. They're looking to push, do manage to get Mighty Max there. And they have control of the A site. Thomas and Surreal playing at the back here, looking to try and pick off players where they can. There are some low health members. They can definitely get this. They just need to play smart. Surreal gets smoked out and pushes aggressively. Unfortunately, finds the one player with that high health as he flips around. Mopos finds a double kill to end out the round. Unfortunate for Endpoint. Still, managed to deal a lot of damage. Weren't expecting to win that round. And from this, able to pick up 4 M4s, a whole buttload of utility, and a FMOS for Mighty Max here. Definitely looking like a much more competitive situation for themselves. The pistol early has put Movistar Riders in a good position. Essentially netted them a free round. Not too hard punished, but if they do lose this round, they won't have a way to buy too much. We'll have to worry about that. They are, again, looking to push on to this B site. This time, Endpoint aren't 4 stacked here. Utility comes on out. They rush onto site. Diliga, Mopos moving forward, but Crucial finds a pick onto Alex here. Really nice play. Diliga finds a double spray down, though. Unfortunate to see as the members of Endpoint on site get completely destroyed. Nice spray there from Thomas. We'll be able to rock onto site. However, there are players watching. And some nice Galil action here from Eastor. Will pick up a kill. It's only one left. Mighty Max, who's on site, definitely has an opportunity here. Is getting relatively close. Looks away. Oh, passing like ships in the night. Mighty Max is watching towards him. Get the spray down. Eastor is still alive. The flash is coming on in. Baits the bomb. Eastor does get the spray down though, and Movistar Riders pick up round 3. Unfortunate here for Endpoint, as they did find some good frags. Endpoint back down to this econ. It's going to be difficult. Looking to pick up a couple. Buying out those Deagles and the CZ. Looking to really catch him off guard. Pick up some of those weapons for the next round, as always. Not too much in the way of armor, though. Just going to rock out onto site Movistar. And find Robin early on here. Really looking for those one-taps. Surreal drops down behind. They hear him, and Pop Dog does find the nice shot. Picks up the Galil. Stiliga is watching towards Pop Dog here. Mopoz going to smoke off and move into a better position. Surreal eats a lot of damage. Doesn't manage to find kill back. In fact, it's Mighty Max who goes down as Mopoz is making the big fight. Gets the player up in heaven there. It's not looking good as Movistar Riders have found multiple kills. It's only Crucial sitting here in Pop Dog with the Galil. The last one remaining, though, does have the bomb. They have to push him. He has the positional advantage. The smoke is coming in, though. That utility doing a great job as they spray it down. Pick up the bomb and get sprayed through the smoke. Crucial, unable to push on forward. Finding a couple of good frags, but on the whole, getting out macroed here by Movistar Riders. Gotten close to rounds many a time, but just hasn't quite been enough. The AWP now in the hands of Eastor, and in Crucial's hands. Could be the deciding factor. So spray down comes on in. Nice one there from Robin. Takes down Mopoz as they try and walk on into sight. Thomas looking for this flank as the smokes come on in. He's being split off. As the flash hits him. Sprayed through by Lowell. Robin still watching. Takes him down. Nice one from Mighty Max. Gets the player behind there. On the bomb side. Liga finds a kill but gets traded back down as Mighty Max picks him out from the crowd. Eastor with this AWP. Not the best weapon to complete a clutch with, but is looking to do it here. Mighty Max does get taken down. Surreal, last one remaining. Does get the round for their team as Endpoint managed to clutch it out. Movistar still have a decent amount of money in the bank, so should be able to buy up for the most part. Eastor maybe and Lal a little bit lacking, but looks like they're just going to... Yeah, they are going to be buying up. Just going to play around those 3 AKs and a scout they have. Endpoint with a little bit of a ramshackle buy too, as they do have 2 of those MP9s. In the right hands, any gun is deadly. A bullet to the head will generally do a lot of damage, so... Whatever works for you, Alex. Holding strong. Does get refragged, though. To force the refrag, but unfortunately, Mopoz moving on aggressively. This player has been absolutely on the ball. The AK lying to wait his magic is still eager, waiting for the flank from Thomas there. And just picks him out. 2 versus 4. Not looking so healthy for Endpoint. Maybe looking at a save here. Keep that AWP in their hands. Movistar Riders playing sensibly, playing slowly. Trying not to get caught out. Pick up the bomb. Going to be heading back towards that A site. And this is the thing now. Endpoint probably wouldn't want to be doing too much here. That's why they're setting the back in their spawn. Movistar Riders are just checking everything out, making sure there's no one hanging around, doing it clean, making sure they don't lose any more money. They are down a lot of economy now, so after this round, they'll have obviously a little bit more in bank, but they do have these weapons, but losing sequent rounds could really affect them, and losing one of these rifles could really hurt. So, being very sensible here. Looking at in the next couple of rounds to pick up an AWP where they can. But for now, I think Eastor will be sticking on the scout. So what Endpoint really need to do here is play around the AWP and the M4 that they have in the bank. I don't think they should probably force up around it, because that just leaves them in a more awful economic position if they don't win the round. And it's a bit of a Hail Mary play anyway. I'd be interested to see what they decide to do. But the way rounds have been going, they've been finding kills no matter what weapons they've really been having. It's just actually closing out the rounds that's the difficult part. They do have a decent amount of utility on these two players as well, so definitely have something in the bank. Are actually going to be forcing up around that, interestingly. It's an all or nothing play here for Endpoint. Losing here could mean a selection of rounds just being dropped by default. Smoke comes into Ivy. Momax is looking to hold it. Again, Movistar playing around the backside of the map, looking to stretch out between A and B, keeping their options open. As the smoke will come on through from Eastall. They're looking to push this now. Aid comes on in. Momax. Quite aware that someone there, I don't believe. Oh no, Mipples did take a little bit of damage. Max does know. So Molotov is trying to keep them off. Looking to potentially drop through Pop Dog here on Movistar. They've changed their minds. They're looking towards this A site now. After initially looking for the B, but too aggressive here from Mighty Max. Gets punished. The fantastic player from RB so far this game. Robin looking to contest them. Does manage to find it and evens up the score. This is exactly what Endpoint need. Losing this round would be devastating to them. But losing these two players does not bode well. It's Crucial and Surreal. Those two players from the previous round who are still alive. They both have full armor and defuse kits and a hell of a lot of utility. Do they just save him? That's the big question. Can they make a 2v4 comeback? Or are they just looking for exit frags? Crucial, still looking for something here. Trying to see if any of the players of Movistar have left themselves open for the picking. But right now, they've done no such thing. Movistar playing very sensibly, not leaving anything to chance here. As Endpoint lose this 7th round. Movistar Riders again break Endpoint's economy. After a risky. Surreal does manage to kill off Eastall though, so that feels pretty good for Endpoint. You get something at the very least. Eastall very happy to buy back up though, and we'll be picking up that AWP, as we saw in the earlier rounds. Maximum locks bonus really coming in for Endpoint now. Opal's taking a bit of damage, but happy to be here. Has played that position in a couple of these rounds now. MVP music, indeed. Real. So you're waiting for this push. We are expecting. Trying to just deter it, but looks like Movistar Riders again pushing on to the A side. Good early frag from Thomas. This is what you want to see. Position has been fruitful for him so far. Let's have a look. In Pop Dog, looking to push one out, but it's Robin who finds another frag, and Endpoint put themselves in a good position so far. 2 players up. Pushing aggressively. That's a nice spray. Does go down, but at least trades 1 for 1. So net positive for Thomas there. 2 for 1. And with these still going down, it looks like this round might just be in Endpoint's hands as they pick up their 2nd round. They're starting to move on through, starting to regain what they were looking at. That was a fantastic round for them. Exactly what we wanted to see. Krieg being picked up for Mighty Max here. And no lack of utility other than on Thomas here. But in comparison to the lack on Lowell and on Lopez and on Steeliger, you're feeling pretty good about this. Because Endpoint definitely have the advantage in this round. Very different. Star Riders, definitely a strong team. Not one to disrespect. Nice shot there from Surreal in a bad position, but manages to trade 1 for 1 regardless. And now you see the rest of Endpoint rallying to this B site. The bomb will go down. It is 4v4, but with site control, Movistar Riders feeling very comfortable about this. A nice shot there from Eastall will net them Robin's head. And Endpoint 3 versus 4, looking for this retake. This is going to be difficult, especially when Mopos finds a frag like that. And the gang just running away. They're saving for the next round, playing more strategically. You might want to use exclamation mark map there, Risha. That should, or Irish A, I don't know how your name is said, but that should tell you the map and who picked what. I believe that this, I think this is Endpoint's map, actually. If so, it's not looking good for them so far. Endpoint down 5 rounds on this CT side. The side which they chose, so it should be relatively comfortable here. Is it map or... Okay, what? I did change it. Let me just check quickly. Maps with an S, sorry. Maps with an S. Yes, this is a best of 3, if I didn't already say that. You're probably aware, though. Max with a nice early frag. They push up Ivy. Mopos will take him down, though, and continues on to take down Robin. Playing very aggressively here. Wilt finally fall to Thomas. But keeping the scores even after some fantastic play from Mopos that we've seen this entire game long so far. Thomas. Nice shots at range. Takes down Alex. And now, Endpoint in a very comfortable position. Noel does come out Pop Dog, but gets punished for their aggression. Now it's only Steeliga. Doesn't have bomb. Doesn't have nothing. And Crucial and Surreal are both in good positions. Surreal checking T-spawn there to see if anyone's going to be coming, but Steeliga still on the A site. Back up towards trains. Looking for something. Crucial, moving back round. Will most likely spot Steeliga when he tries to push up. Nice shot there through the edge of the smoke. And that'll pick up Endpoint in their 3rd round. Again, seeing some strong rounds, and even in the rounds where they're losing, mostly finding a decent number of kills. So, Endpoint, not looking too shabby in the early start, with the early bad start that they have had so far. There's definitely a chance. Thomas throwing that utility out. But it looks like Movistar Riders this time, again, heading towards a position where they can kind of push into both sides, which has been key for them. I think they're looking for the B site this time, and it would be a good call, as Surreal is really far up and the only player on that B site. But with the lack of utility forced into the A site, Endpoint is starting to cotton on. And they've got 2 players ready to rotate as fast as they possibly can. Steeliga opens up with the Deagle. And Mopos holding the angle with the Krieg will do a hell of a lot of damage, taking down Crucial. Now, Thomas does manage to rock on out. Will turn around, takes down Steeliga. That's exactly what you want to see. With 2 HP, Thomas needs to play very carefully, and losing Robin there certainly doesn't look good for Endpoint. 2 players left, and again, they will go for this save. There's no point in wasting your life like this. Oh, hey Max. That's a frag as someone tries to push out a Pop Dog now. Every bit of damage helps. And Endpoint will lose the round, but able to save a couple of items. Movistar again with a very successful push on that B side. Endpoint unable to really stimmy a lot of that aggression which we've seen from them. Except on that A side when they've been playing these really long angles, had some good aim, really punished them properly, but it is difficult really to push back on a lot of what they're doing because of the way they're using utility, unless you catch them right as they're moving on into the site, as we're expecting to see here. Thomas moving, swinging out, and has found a couple of kills doing similar things so far in this game. If you don't do that, you kind of get into the trains, it's difficult to really push. Thomas will catch Mopos there as they just walk by each other. And as the smoke dissipates, they will find another frag as well. The molly goes on in, will force them back. That's a nice shot from Surreal. And Endpoint with another successful defense on this A site, starting to get the hang of things. As Movistar Riders not really showing up as much as they would have liked. Still with a nice flick though, will take down Thomas, and it's 3 versus 2. After a couple of blunders here. Be difficult for Movistar Riders to really push onto site though, with the health that he still has. And the remaining 3 members, those orbs, watching the cross, definitely very important. He's still going to move on up, sneaking. Spotted out, though, by Surreal, and that will be cleaned up. Only one left, and that will most likely going to be saving here. There's no real need for anything else. Endpoint looking for a bit of a hunt. Don't want to push too far. They know how air bombers, so no real danger. And instead, we just see I'll head towards that T-spawn. Just going to chill out. Good round so far for Endpoint, as they will be moving up 4-8 in the 12th round here. Only a couple of rounds left in the half before the switch. Endpoint definitely won't be up rounds, but you'll be able to put a couple of them on the board and catch up with Movistar Riders if they keep this up. Movistar Riders don't have too much money, so we're going to be having a quick pause. Had a player timeout, so going to have to get that sorted. It's unfortunate. But yeah. Endpoint so far have picked up a couple of rounds with some nice play, have done a lot of damage to Movistar Riders, even in rounds which they don't necessarily win. So it has been impressive across the board. I'm interested to see whether Movistar Riders are actually going to buy up here. I think they probably will around Eastor and Mopoz. Put Stilleager on something like the Deagle, like we're seeing there. The same could be said for Alex. I think it's a pretty comfortable round in that regard. They've been succeeding with the Deagles as well. Saw a really nice entry, I think it was from Stilleager, as they rocked onto the B site. And I expect to see them push this B site again, because Endpoint have been, most of the time when Movistar Riders have been pushing the A site, Endpoint been playing those longer range engagements and been generally succeeding on them with those M4s. Been actually really good on that. So I would definitely not be surprised to see Movistar kind of change up their strategy, because it wasn't working all too well when they were pushing that. Unless they get a nice early frag, move on through Ivy, catch someone off guard, do one of these things, and Endpoint aren't particularly ready for those, they're going to struggle to really move on. B-site, however, has been particularly successful. They can just move on in, they get the smokes down, they do a pop flash to run on out. It's going to be hard. Alright, there we go. Thomas will be back. We're ready to get right back on into the action. Let's hear it. There we go. The freeze time has paused. Been on pause. And yeah, so they're going to be buying up with the Deagles and then putting rifles back onto Eastor and Mopoz. Mopoz being certainly a big frag with 12 frags, most in the server. It's been particularly successful. But if you look on over, 10 frags for Thomas. Been keeping up, most of the team as well. Really successful, even with a 4-round deficit. Now again, playing here in main. Waiting for the push more than anything. Play very patient. Movistar definitely been utilising that well. Playing very clean. They are going to be rushing onto the ace. Again, I'm surprised to see this. As when we see these long angles, Endpoint really have been succeeding. And that's why we see Thomas find again this spray down. Good flash. Will net it. Sure, he goes down to the Deagle, but there's only one player left now. And with only Thomas going down, you feel pretty happy to do this, isn't it? Even with the SG in Alex's hands, Endpoint pick up another round and looking to even up the scores. And with little to no money on the Endpoint side, sorry, the Movistar Riders side, either we'll see a Force or an Eco here. And I expect to see the latter as they're saving up that very last round. Buys a Deagle for Lowell, buying down to about 2.7, but for the most part, nothing super special. I think they're just looking to do a pop flash and get on through there. But that molly is fantastic and splits the Movistar Riders team. They still have the flash, though, to make good use of. Eastor and the gang rocking on out. Mopoz going to help Eastor net that kill. They pick up an M4, but get instantly punished as Robin playing it with that Krieg. Good kill here. Takes down Stilleager, swings out wide, and Endpoint win the round, taking it 6-8, making a bit of a comeback here as we move into the last round of the first half. So far, Endpoint had some good rounds. That's by seeing them catch up. We see Thomas hitting that 13 kill mark. Overtaken. Movistar Riders' top frag. We do see this time moving towards Pop. Ivy has no contest. MyMax starts to rotate. As the flash goes down into B, they're definitely expecting someone to be playing B this time. The nade comes on through. Does damage E-Store. They know that there are players there. Surreal up on this train. With a good nade, did manage to spot out some of this information. Mopos waiting for the go time. The flash is coming in, the molly goes down. Mopos doesn't even manage to make it onto site there. Fantastic play from the M4s of Endpoint. They are one player up now. Everyone's on site. Mighty Max with this AWP. Doesn't quite find the shot. But they are going to be dropping the nades. On towards that bomb site. The bomb is going to go down. Staliga is on that. And Robin on the flank. Finds Lau. And Staliga all alone now. Though, when he's dropping the smoke, Robin might be looking the wrong way. As the HE goes on in, Staliga still waiting on the actual bomb site. Baits the bomb, looks the wrong way. Staliga tries to escape and does actually manage to move around a little bit. Mighty Max makes a big mistake here. Staliga trying to contest this, gets the headshot onto Crucial there. And a 1v3 for Staliga puts their team up 9-6. I apologize for the Halo music. That's my music kit. I forgot I had that on. But yeah. It's best of 3, by the way, Blitzen. That was embarrassing, I'm not going to lie. Fantastic play there from Staliga. They just didn't check the actual bomb. Right. You can see the Go TV chat. Endpoint now on that T side. Looking for a 5-man stack towards that B. Just rush on in. They have a couple of flashes, a couple of smokes. Looking to set those on up. Mopos is playing that site alongside Staliga. Those two big fraggers for the Movistar Riders side. Going to be very important. But they do push on aggressively. Staliga moves on in, takes down Surreal, takes down Crucial, takes down Robin, and it's only Mighty Max looking to get a bomb plant. Will get it down, but unfortunately, in a 1 versus 4, will not be able to get anything. At least gets the bomb plant, puts some money in the bank for the team. Unfortunate to see for Endpoint there in that last round, but this one not going down too well either. And again, some fantastic victory music. Going to be buying up for Movistar Riders here. Looking to push this advantage ever further as we see Deagles and CZs picked up for Endpoint here. So they're looking to at least put something on the board. Pick up a couple of frags, deal some economic damage. If they can take this round, that really hurts the Movistar Riders. Set down to 0 with only minimum loss bonus. Indeed, UKCS. Thomas waiting at Pop. Oh, looking along. It's difficult for Endpoint to take these long-range fights, which they did so succeed when they have the pistols. The Deagles do remedy that somewhat, but it won't really be enough to properly contest. Someone into Ivy and just rolls on out. E-Store gets the shot down. Crucial takes some damage. E-Store maybe even looking to push aggressively here. Does have the backup from the team, but whilst this is happening, they are distracted a little bit. There's 2 players in Pop. Unfortunately, Mighty Max and Thomas will be taking a lot of damage here. Oh, some nice play there from Alex. Picks up the last 2 kills around, and Movistar Riders clean that one up pretty tidily. They lose a player, but that's okay. Able to rebuy back up. Pick himself everything he wants. The AK is now coming in for Endpoint, as they did eco for the previous round for this moment. Looking to try and take back control of this game here on their map choice on Train. Game 1 of the series. He's still going to throw up a couple of nades to try and contest Ivy here. Mopos Gonna HE that. Notice that Surreal's now there. A couple of warning shots fired his way. Movistar Rider's gonna expend some of that utility towards this B site. But right now, Surreal's the only one who's really contesting it. Even looking for it, as we see most of Endpoint kind of moving around, trying to determine where they want to go. Smoke goes down towards Ivy. Into Pop Dog, does force him out. No Staliga's there, but can't really push them. Smoke doing a good job to keep them alive. Staliga pops on out. That leaves it clear. But do Endpoint know that? It's going to be difficult to push down aggressively when they don't have that information. And the molly goes on towards it. They know now. They can't really be there. Robin deals big scores. He tries to get aggressive. Finds Alex too. Good crosshair placement there. Will net him a couple of kills. Staliga pushes on forward. Finds Crucial. I'll continue to get aggressive. There is still a player advantage for Endpoint here. Opos doesn't manage to find that kill at range, and Surreal punishes him completely here. And Endpoint get onto the site, get down the plant, and Movistar Riders sent packing as they move away from the site, looking to just save here. Well played so far by them. Movistar Riders will be looking to try and save. Maybe see if they can get a couple of exit frags. If Robin gets spotted here, probably isn't going to be long for this world with a HP sitting here in kitchen. It's not a view you often get to see. It is a bit of a fiasco, I will admit. We see some decent play though. Endpoint have been really good at playing the long angles and kind of responding counter utility. This isn't really nice to them. Movistar Riders, though, on the whole, having some pretty good frags across the board. Just managing to find a lot of those plays. Staliga really showing up in these last couple of rounds, and in general. It's absolutely fantastic. Going to be a close angle held by Mooples here. Here's the mollies go down. There's something fishy is going on. As they throw the nade out, deal some damage to Surreal. Takes him down to 69. Robin also with his utility, looking to try and still eats a bit of the HE. But hasn't bitten off more than he can chew yet. His Endpoint still have a lot of time to play with. Gonna be just doing the drop down. Big mistake there from Thomas. Eats a truckload of bullets. Taking 66 damage. I'll play from the back. One's pushed down in yet. Crucial though. Jumps forward, takes down the player sitting in pop. And that means A-site is wide open. Eastor. Only player here right back past Ivy. I need to turn my phone off. Endpoint though, not going for that A site, deciding instead to try and rock onto this B site. 30 seconds on the clock. There goes the utility, but there are 3 members of Movistar Riders waiting here for them. And the molly, that is absolutely everything. The smoke does have to go down, but they're not checking their corners. There's someone right behind you. Keep an eye out. They deal with the player on top. Staliga does go down. They're going to get this plant, but he's still finding a bit of damage. Doesn't quite kill off Crucial here. Looking to maybe contest him, but doesn't get it. This is good for Endpoint. They're going to get this plant. Most likely going to get this round unless we see something fantastic here from Eastor to deal with these 2 remaining members on site. Crucial sitting back in kitchen. Eastor waiting for the exit well. Hunter Spray takes down Mighty Max. Surreal now knows he has to stay on site, but Eastor is going to pack his bags and leave. Letting them have the round, but at least getting a frag down. Not too much money in the bank for Movistar Riders. Do have a bit of a loss bonus. Most likely they're going to be playing around the 7-4. Maybe force up. I think it'd be surprising to see them force up around it. But hey, I've been surprised to see a lot of forces. Yeah, if they keep it this, they'll be able to buy on the next round, whether they win or lose. I think, if I do my maths correctly. And having that M4 means you can deal a bit of economic damage to Endpoint, leading to the next round. You kill Mighty Max off, there'll have to be a drop from someone, most likely in this situation. Little utility bot for Endpoint. They're looking to make good use of it. Again, contesting Ivy is Robin. That's been their position so far, and it's been relatively successful. Crucial gets pushed. Has that up, takes down Stalega. A good spray from Mighty Max will be enough, and they take down Lowell with that P250. Robin pokes on out, goes down Ivy, takes down E-Store, and Endpoint have A site control and B site control. There's just one man stuck in the middle. Mopos. Will he be able to find any kills at all? Or will he just go down? He is up on his high tower. We have no idea. Checking to see if there's a player in popped up. Checking off their list. Thomas. He will spot him. Finds him. And Endpoint take the round, moving a score to 11-9 to Movistar Riders. So Endpoint on a bit of a streak. And 3 rounds in a row. And definitely looking pretty good. A lot of utility being expended early on here as we see the A-site push from Endpoint. It's going to be coming on in. Thomas has been very successful with these boosts so far. We're also going to spray through that smoke. They lose 2 members, though. It is relatively even. E-Store fall back in towards Ivy. Well, Combo deals with Crucial. And Surreal is the last remaining member. He gets taken down as well. Endpoint with a great round. Sorry, not Endpoint. Movistar Riders with a great round to close out that aggression from Endpoint. But able to buy up on both sides now. Going to have to be Famoses on the Movistar Riders side, obviously. CT side is a very expensive setup to buy, but good on the most parts. We see MP9s as well. Enough to contest what Endpoint are really bringing in a lot of ways. Crucial. Looking for the cross. Finds Alex. Gets the leg. Won't quite find the entire kill, though. A bit sad to see that. The jump really saved him. This is the first map. It is 0-0. It's Endpoint's choice. If you type in exclamation mark maps, you will be able to see what maps we have coming up. If I remember correctly, it's Inferno and then Mirage. But I can't remember off the top of my head. Stalega playing a very close angle, as expected from the MP9, but turned his back a little bit too quickly and gets taken out by Thomas, putting a dent in the defense of Movistar Riders. Robin looking to set up the smoke as they're going to go for this execute, but Lowell, with a well-timed smoke, will cut off Endpoint potentially here. Alex playing aggressively, moving in towards T-spawn. I don't think anyone's watching here. Moving from Ivy. Mighty Max might have spotted them. Can't quite see from this angle. Smokes go in. Lowell goes down. Demolly stops Thomas from really pushing out of Pop Dog there. And there is a player coming in from behind. Watch out for Mopos. He does try and move on in here. Alex with a nice shot here from Ivy. Playing that time. You can see Mopos behind these players. Surreal. He's going to go down. So will Crucial. Really nice play there from Mopos. Will net them a couple of kills, but won't manage to salvage the round as Endpoint pick up another round, moving ever so closer to Movistar's skill. Very nice play there. That's the CT side. We'll have a timeout. Was this a attack timeout? I didn't quite see chat. Oh, nothing. We didn't see anything. I think this is a tactical timeout for the CT side. Trying to decide whether it's worth it to force here, whether it will impact their later game plan. Endpoint definitely very happy with how they've managed to make a comeback. It looked a little bit awkward for them initially, but now feeling pretty happy. CT side deciding, well, it's better to go for the pistols and look for a ram, look for a full buy on the oncoming rounds. It's exclamation mark maps, Arisha. Movistar Riders. Pretty certain with what they're doing now. Do all but getting back into these rounds. Endpoint with a full suite of utility as well as guns. Not too much bang, but enough, at the very least. Give them a couple more rounds and they'll have that buffer that they really need to feel particularly comfortable in this game. But their T side has been pretty fantastic. Again, getting that information, knowing where E-Store is now. However, CZ doing a lot of work, taking down Surreal. Will be trading 1-for-1. They don't manage to pick up the rifle, though. Thomas waiting on the outside of the smoke. Takes down Alex. Nice play there. Banging him on out. The smokes come on in as Endpoint looking towards this A site. 2 players at the back. Going to really struggle to impact with these pistols. When they're so close. Robin catches him. Instead, he is the one who has caught the AK going to the hands of Staliga. Potentially looking to contest this round. As there's only 2 players left on either side. Endpoint losing a lot more than they had bargained for in this round. It's exactly what you want to see if you're Movistar Riders. Do you go for the fight here? You do, because you have 2 rifles in hand. Mighty Max to move. Staliga picks him up. 1 versus 2 now. Thomas quickly dispatches Staliga. Lowell, don't even running member. Thomas is just waiting. Time is on his side. The bomb is going to go off. Behind him. That's Lowell. They might just see each other if they end up leaving the same way. It's going to be that. We'll get the headshot. But Endpoint take the round. 11-12. But Movistar Riders, the only remaining member, picks up that AWP and has something going into the next round. Definitely a buy round here. This is exactly what you want to see if you're Movistar Riders. Take back the tempo in this map. There's only a couple of rounds left on the board for each team to win it out. This could be the deciding round, essentially. Full buys for both teams. Not much in the way of money on either. T's definitely a bit favoured because they have cheaper items. But, with site control, that'll get sprayed out of it. Takes down Mighty Max, continues to spray. Will be 2 for 1. Endpoint down a player. But now they are actually on the site. The utility comes on in. Thomas gets taken down. Staliga playing it well. Gets shot from behind as Robin does make the big flank. 2 versus 3. Double AWP, though, for this Movistar Rider side. And they lose one of them as Crucial finds a good shot. Mopos, though, deals with Robin. This could be it as Mopos takes them down. 13-11. Endpoint with no money in the bank. Wait, 1 more round, sure. They can have items back, and that will be their last chance. Last-ditch saloon. Any pausing out here? Don't know if this is a tech pause or... It's definitely going to be difficult for Endpoint. Do you force here, try to win out a round, make the Hail Mary play, or whether you go for that very last round that you have with items, it's really difficult. That's the big decision here, which presumably they're talking about. Could be the decider, as this is Endpoint's map to win is their pick. Movistar Riders have been strong throughout this map. I'm going to the next one. Would be difficult for Endpoint, though it is a pretty default map. Right here. Has had some good play for both sides. Moving towards it could be a different story. All heading up towards that B site. Endpoint looking for that rush with 5 Glocks. 1 player down and pop. Looking to catch him off guard if they get too aggressive. Staliga, though, is waiting. Put that smoke down. Endpoint haven't actually made the execute onto the site yet, and it will be difficult to do so. No pop in Alex. No pop in Alex. 2 players on this site. Oh, we're playing those long ranges. It seems like a Hail Mary play coming out for Endpoint. They just rush onto the site and don't find a thing here. Movistar Riders, 14-11. Do or die time for Endpoint here. Galil's and an AK are all they're going to be able to afford. Crucial. Joining the crew. Endpoint really need to make this work. This utility has to do the work. You need to have their shots on point. Qual. Again, playing top of trains here. Top play. Movistar is holding that position. Is forced back by the flash, but continues to hold. Feels comfortable in that position. Stiliga pushing up Ivy. Getting a lot of information from the team by the fact that no one's there to really contest them. And this kind of shows you where Endpoint are looking to push. They've done this before. The smoke comes on through though this time when they try to push on through Pop Dog. Good frags for Movistar Riders. They will keep on top of everything. It'll be 2 versus 3. And now on site, Endpoint looking to push. There's a player on boost here. Mighty Max trying to make this plant. Might get sprayed through the smoke. Mopod's looking for it. They don't know he's up there. Now, they certainly do know as Mighty Max does get taken down. Crucial is dealt with, and Endpoint taken down here. 15-11. It's all but over. They have enough money for another Galil buy across the board. But it's going to be difficult. They won't have much utility again. They've just tried one thing. Definitely feels bad moment for Endpoint here on their map on trains. Stiliga turns around, gets a lot of information there. Gets taken out though. Surreal pops onto the site. Crucial finds a frag as well. That's what we want to see. However, it's even up. Alex with the AWP does find the kill. Goes down as well though. Crucial playing well from the top of this train. Dealt with by Mopos, and now it's 1 versus 2. Mighty Max though evens up the scoreline. It's now Eastor from Pop, making sure he's not heard with this AWP. Mighty Max is watching now. He knows something's up. Eastor. Watching for this play. Mighty Max. Looking for this rotate. He'll be expecting the flank. Will get it. Really nice play there from Mighty Max to net them the round. Endpoint backs up against the wall. Do manage to find one. But will it be enough? As there is still a full buy in the bank for Movistar Riders. A lot of money in their hands. But about double AWP. Among other things. 10 in the hands of Thomas. Proved that he can succeed with it before. Surreal gets taken down by the AWP shop. Easto playing that position very aggressively. Alex again getting leg. This is unfortunate for Crucial. It's happened a couple of times this game. He's hit nothing but leg. Endpoint continuing to move on forward through Ivy here. Lowell fully aware of where they are. Waiting for the push to come on through. Thomas takes down Stiliga. That's exactly what you want to see. Scores aren't even up. But Mopos gets to refrag there. Comes a little bit too far forward. Noel. Went around the corner. Check your corners, Robin. And you too, Mighty Max. As 2 players go down. And Movistar Riders almost have this in the bag. The shot can't even come out. The flash comes. Crucial still gets to kill. It is 1 versus 2 with this AWP. Smoke comes in. The flash comes in. Gonna pick up that bomb. Moves towards a better position. Doesn't get HE'd. This is still winnable. Endpoint definitely have a chance. But with Mopos moving up behind, Crucial is on the clock. And the clock has run out. That is GG. 16-12 here for Movistar Riders. Picking up train.